Hello and welcome to Twilight Talks, the mental health podcast where we as teenagers share our perspectives and experiences on everything mental health. So, I'm Cindy.
I'm Monica.
And I'm Elena.
And we're your hosts for Twilight Talks. So, getting into this episode, we're going to be talking about bipolar disorder and having Monica, our co-host, share her experiences and perspectives. So, a little background on bipolar disorder. It's a mental health condition made of intense periodic mood swings, and there are two main episodes, maniac and depressive. And in the maniac episode, a person feels very energetic and extremely happy or up. And in a depressive episode, a person feels very down and depressed. And these episodes can last varying to each person. And there are three main types: bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and cyclothymic disorder. So let's have Monica share a little bit about herself and just for viewers to know. So name, age,
address, security number.
Yeah, just like a little bit about what you like to do and
just like talk about yourself. If you know those like assignments, and like who am I? And
Who am I? Okay.
Just give like a 2 sentence thing about it.
Well, hi. I'm Monica. At 14 in January, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, sort of unofficially. Besides that, I love music and movies, and I know a lot about pop culture. A trigger warning: we might be talking about suicide, self-harm, mental health, just like the dark stuff. And do not take what I have and self-diagnose at home. Please do not do that. Like, learn your stuff. Go to a professional, psychiatrists. Like, talk to your therapist. Don't self-diagnose with what I have. This is me, my story, and trigger warning.
Okay, but wait, before you keep going,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk about how getting like a psychiatrist, at least where we live, is kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so how would you give tips if somebody like listen to this wants to like find help with professional help?
Well, okay, it was easier for me because my mom, she has a PhD, so she can just like get around a little easier. But oh no, I don't have any really tips.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Just go online and
just
find.
search and apply for everything because
Yeah.
they're so busy.
You have to apply for.
Yeah.
Apply.
You have to find one, and then you have to apply, and then they have to
Yeah.
like go in and accept, and like sometimes they don't do it after your insurance, and like it's a big thing. But it took forever to find one.
Yeah.
But well, good luck if you find one.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck. I like mine. He's really nice. Yeah.
So, what's your general experience with bipolar disorder?
My general experience, I've had it my whole life. That's for sure. Like, if I think about it real hard, like everything, like a symptom, I could find it in my childhood and like use it to explain that yes, I do have bipolar disorder. But it's a weird relationship. It's sort of like a love-hate relationship. Like at some points that I can really admire how I can feel really a lot. Like I love people a lot, and not a lot. I don't know if other people feel as extreme as me, but I love how I can feel really empathic. But that can get very exhausting. So that's where the hate comes in. The hate part comes from just the symptoms and being so tired from it because like I also bipolar disorder. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also have psychosis, and psychosis gives me voices, and I see stuff sometimes, and all that stuff, and that makes me so tired because I'm trying to pay attention in English class, and there are very disgusting things happening in my head, and that's the hate part. I really hate it, and when I'm trying to just be normal and have a regular day and my mood swings are going crazy and I just can't be normal, it makes me tired, just mentally, emotionally, and physically if it's a long depressive episode. So it's just a love-hate.
Well, what do you see? Like, I mean, I said it before, but like in media, at least in like Hollywood or in like this film,
Mm-hmm.
they want to, I mean, I don't know if they want to, but they portray bipolar disorder like very like on this extreme side of it.
Yeah.
So they don't really show that there's a range. It's like, like autism and neurodivergency. There's always a range for it. So you can see a very extreme version. It's also very like, what's it?
Minimal.
Like
Yeah.
not really much, but it's there.
So that's your general.
So I didn't know there was like, I thought just one case, because that's all. Because I feel like for film, they really want to emphasize it.
Yeah.
So they just make it as extreme as it can be. So, and if you don't really research it and that's the only thing you're like taking in, you take that as like the only thing that like you see and like know exists. So
Yeah.
Well, for me, I was just lacking in mental health awareness in general. So I actually had little to no knowledge or experience with any kind of mental health condition or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for bipolar disorder, I had no idea what it was even about. And I had no idea what my experience with that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even if it is portrayed, not a lot of people know what it is about. Maybe people just know the name.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get your diagnosis and how did that make you feel?
So at school, okay. In August, I did attempted suicide. And when I was in a mental hospital, I asked the doctor there because I had to go unless I got the A-OK from the doctor there. And he asked me if I wanted to try any diagnostics for anything, and he asked me questions for bipolar, and at the time I said no to all this stuff because I didn't really understand what they meant. He asked me, "Do you have voices?" I said no. "Do you like see things?" No, and other like questions, and I just didn't understand how to answer that. So he said, "No, you probably don't have bipolar. You don't have BPD. You're fine." And I got out. And then at school, I had to talk to the social worker. Yeah. Mako. Yeah. She's really nice. She's really great. She has great outfits too. And
she blonde?
No, she's brunette.
Okay, I'll see her.
Yeah, she's really pretty. I asked her like, could I have like OCD or something? And I think maybe the way that I brought it up, I think she denied me again, and she kind of did it in the way that was like, she told me the extreme way. It's like, these are the extreme cases. You sound nothing like the extreme cases. You probably don't have anything. And that made me really, really down. And like, what's wrong with me if I have all these symptoms? But no one's giving me any answers. So I gave up on it. And then November, I don't know if anyone watches Arcane, but Arcane season 2 came out. And my favorite character is Jinx. And so she always has been. I always loved Arcane. And I was related to Jinx and she does not have bipolar. She is a little schizophrenic. She has psychosis and BPD. And I was like, I relate to this character a lot. And I want to know if something is truly wrong with me or not. So thank you, Jinx, for whatever. Jinx, Lore.
Brings a word.
Jinx. Oh my god. All my symptoms, I put them into ChatGPT.
Oh my god.
And it gave me an answer, and they were right. And I showed that to my therapist, and she's like, I agree. You do sound like you have bipolar and psychosis. And she's like, but therapists cannot diagnose you with things. You have to go to a psychiatrist for that. So she told my mom, like, get a psychiatrist, babe. She wants answers. Go get her some answers. And it took forever to find a psychiatrist, and they're hard to find. I don't know, in California, hard.
I think California is also like one of the more like mental health focused.
Yeah.
In other states, probably harder.
Yeah. So it took 3-ish months, and my psychiatrist, he asked me questions, I answered back, and he's like, yeah, you have symptoms of bipolar, depression, and psychosis. but he couldn't formally diagnose me because minors cannot be diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Because we're teenagers. We do crazy things and we have mood swings and we're going through puberty. So it's just, we don't really know if it's real or not. And when they test for bipolar, they do it with adults. They don't do it with teenagers. But I told childhood stories and I said, like, all of these things, they've stayed with me my whole life. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. It seems like you have bipolar disorder. I can't really give you the stamp, but I'm going to give you the invisible stamp. Like, it's there. And that day I got diagnosed. I don't know which bipolar I have, but he did say bipolar depression at the most. Yeah. And psychosis, annoying. I hate my psychosis.
Okay, you talked about your like younger self, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when you were younger, did you really know much about bipolar mental health in general?
Of course not.
And like, if you could go back to your younger self right now, what would you say to her to help her like cope with it?
Or how would you change the way you like approach yourself and your mental health?
Oh my, that's a hard question. Imagine you like go to your little self.
Oh my god, I would say so.
How do you tell this kid? Because she has no idea what mental health is.
Okay, well,
okay, I don't know. I wouldn't change anything.
How do you approach your mental health now? Because you didn't have answers before, even though you knew about, I mean, you didn't know, but you could feel some.
I didn't want to self-diagnose.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, yeah.
So how do you think your approach changed to mental health now that you have your answers, quote unquote?
It didn't change much. I'm just honest. It was just a label. I liked the label, but it didn't. It was just. It became neutral. It didn't really help. It didn't really make things worse. It was just a label. That's all it was. Yeah.
So it didn't change how you approach your like mental health in general?
No, I think it changed how my social thing is. Because I don't know if I want to bring it up. I don't know if that makes people change their mind about me. I don't know.
I think it would like change your mind if they don't know much about it, because especially with media portraying stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but it's like,
yeah. Oh, why are you tired? Oh, because my bipolar medicine is just makes me sleepy and stuff like that. And like, oh, you're bipolar? Oh. I don't know.
Okay, on the topic of medication for mental health. No, bipolar. How would what do you think? Does it help you? Do you think it's, because everything has pros and cons, right? There's a giant long, side effects?
Yeah.
It's every single drug has its giant side effects.
Yeah.
There's a pro and con to it. Do you think it helps?
Yeah, so it does help. I've taken 2 medications so far. In the beginning, I took one for like a week, but it had so many side effects that it would just hurt to live. Like my throat it had severe dry throat. It would also completely like black out my personality. So I didn't really want that. Like, it's supposed to be a mood stabilizer.
Yeah, not black me out.
Exactly. So it was just painful.
Yeah.
So I stopped getting off those, and then I felt normal. Dry throat was crazy.
You're just like, oh.
Exactly. I couldn't even talk. But now I'm on quetiapine. It's a mood stabilizer, and so far it's pretty good. Like, I got it on like 2 weeks ago. My irrational isn't that crazy, but my thoughts and my like psychosis is still pretty strong. That's my relationship with this one right now. I am going to go see my psychiatrist soon to like get a higher dose, because this one's pretty good. But I know for a lot of people, meds aren't the answer, or they just kind of feel uncomfortable about it. So this is just me.
Yeah.
No comments?
Well, my comment is, like, at least from my perspective, because my mom's always anti. It's not drugs, but like just drugs in general.
Yeah.
Medication, or just like.
Yeah, so does my mom,
drugs.
and she makes drugs for people.
She's
a chemist. She's a chemist. She's a chemist. She's a chemist. She's not Walter White. She's not Walter White. She's not Walter White.
So how do you recognize the start of an episode now? So do you have any warning signs, or like how do you know?
It's just
That's a great question. You did your research.
Yeah.
What, you say something?
I was like, I was gonna say is like, do you feel any different? Or is it just like it just happens? You go, oh, I'm in an episode now.
It just happens.
Okay.
Yeah, it just kind of jumps. But it depends on the major ones. On the major ones, it's like it spikes immediately and I notice quickly. But with the less major ones, it just simmers in. I'm like, oh, I'm in an episode right now. I didn't know that. I'm in the depressive ones more than the mania ones. The mania ones can lead to psychotic ones sometimes. I've only had like psychotic ones maybe 3-4 times and they suck. But it's hard. So the less major ones, they simmer in, and it maybe in the middle of it, I'm like, oh, I realize this now. I'll take care of myself until I get out of it. And that can take weeks. But the mania ones and the crazy ones, I notice immediately.
So when you're in an episode, how do you manage your mental health? Like, how do you deal with those episodes personally?
The most common ones for me, I just write them out. I get very isolated. I isolate myself. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to do better at communicating and stuff like that. But I just kind of lock myself away. I don't do my routine. I don't think I cope. I think that's my answer.
So you get isolated. So is there anything you want help with from other people, or you're trying to like get that help? Like you're trying to work on that?
I am trying to work on that. But like when I do isolate, I do want to talk to someone. But I hate being serious about talking about it because other people aren't really serious about it, or they get really serious. I just want just a neutral zone and to talk about something with it. Like I only see my therapist once a week, and for me that's kind of not enough. So I feel really isolated when I'm in that mindset. And I just want to communicate, but it's really hard for me too. Like I try to talk to you, you're kind of busy, but then you don't take it that really serious sometimes. So it's just, but then my mom takes it too serious when I talk to her.
Yeah.
And my sister asks too many questions and somehow takes it and makes it about her. And same thing with my older sister. So it's just, I don't have like a chat buddy in my personal life. So.
But you want a chat buddy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's good. That's
cool.
good that you know like what you need at the moment. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What self-care strategies work best for you when you're in a depressive or maniac state? Like, what do you do to like, if you wanted to like cope and keep with your mental health healthy, what would you do or recommend?
Mania, I need to be with someone because that can escalate and I can do things that I don't want to do. As in, I can cut my bangs really bad. I can
put they're cute. Okay.
Well, I didn't do that. That was professional.
I know. I think the ones you cut were cute.
For listeners, I have micro bangs. Okay. So for mania, I need to be with someone. I have to cope by being with someone, so I don't do something I don't want to do. For depressive ones, I need to bunker down and just keep safe. Yeah. I have to put like tape pillows around me. Not really, just like. What's it?
Metaphorically
pillows and just be safe and keep routine as best as I want because I don't want to break routine, but the depressive episode in me wants to break routine and not do anything. So I just need to tape metaphoric pillows around me.
That's gonna be your big blanket.
Yeah, and people need to stop saying out of pocket stuff that triggers me.
Going off the last question, do you rely on any creative outlets or grounding techniques in like either episode?
Oh, I love grounding techniques are great. I like the one that where you start with here and you like, how does your head feel? Tight and loosen it, your jaw, blah blah blah, and you go all the way to your floor. Like it feels great. Grounding. What was the question?
Like creative outlets.
Creative outlets. I just like yapping about my interests. That's my creative outlet. I love playing just music and exploring.
Do you have any creative outlets, Cindy?
Creative.
She's so creative, guys.
You have a bunch of clubs. That's a creative outlet.
Oh yeah, true. So
sweet relief.
Yes, sir. I just like to keep myself busy. So right now, I would say being on Canva. I like being on Canva.
Yeah.
And our school.
I hate being on Canva now. It's because I just do it too much. I just get tired.
No, I think right now I'm just on Canva, like every day. Just doing random digital marketing
For your
stuff.
job?
No, for my hobby.
You have a hobby? Oh, sorry.
What-
What's your hobby? What's your hobby?
What?
What's your hobby? What's your hobby?
Marketing.
Marketing. And that's
What?
hard. That's
Like,
hard to do.
Yeah, digital.
Balls for you, bro.
That's why this podcast, I get some skills because
Yeah.
I can learn how
Everyone
to edit.
here's got skills.
some
Everyone's got skills.
yeah, like-
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
creative outlets.
Grounding technique.
Is music like
yeah,
of
You
course.
make
I
music?
l-
Oh, you play piano.
Oh yeah, I do play the piano, but I only like it when I play the songs I like.
Yeah. No,
but
I
if
like-
I'm like playing like classical pieces, then it's
I
just
like-
like kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is...
sorry,
Wait.
nothing wrong. No, I like playing classical music on the viola. It's fun.
Okay, some classical music where it's like...
It's fun. Well, in a group.
Yeah,
Just alone. No.
Nah, put me in, guys. I haven't touched any pianos.
No, I finna be in the pit. I was in the pit once. It was great. I played the
For
Sound of
concert?
Music pit
Oh.
for our school. It was great. I loved it.
Okay.
So what's your grounding?
What's your grounding technique?
Uh,
What is it?
Give me a sec.
To be honest, from my observation, I don't think you have any.
Hey.
You have avoidance and you have
Hey.
flux, and I think that's
Hey.
great. That you,
roadblock
Hey.
and avoidance?
Hey, I hope.
you take good breaks. You take really good breaks.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get...
you go around and you drink your tea and yeah.
Oh.
So you said you felt a lot of like relation with something like the arcane characters, or like when
Jinx, yeah.
you like see someone with bipolar disorder, do you feel like connected with them or some way, or do you want to see more people like out there representing bipolar disorder, just so like people have an idea on what it is?
I do, yeah.
Like you want to.
Like, I told you, I already feel like a black sheep. I don't want to be alone. I talked about this with my therapist last week. You were reading my mind. It's crazy. I don't want to feel like a black sheep anymore, but these people, like Chapel Roan, I feel really similar to, and I like seeing being represented by her. Selena Gomez has bipolar, I'm sure, but
Really?
yeah.
I just feel lupus.
Boy, that's
That's
just
a
her
disease.
Disease.
Yeah, but I don't really feel that related to her that much.
She kind of like like she's not as like...
I'm not sure about her. I can't really speak about her. Jinx is a fictional character with severe trauma and mental health. But I still do relate to her. But I do want like
More representation.
Yeah.
accurate
I
representation.
think more like of showing that rate.
And I want people speaking out. There's this
Yeah.
TikToker that I follow. I think her name is Kaylee or something. She just vlogs and stuff, and she cooks, and she's fun, and she twerks, and stuff like that. She's bipolar disorder, and she's super chill, and I love her, and it's just really relatable. She goes, I have bipolar disorder, and this is my depressive cabinet that she has when she has depressive episodes, and I love her, and she's so sweet.
Yeah.
I think everyone wants representation for anything, honestly.
Yeah, so you see someone out there, it's like, oh, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm not this isolated. Yeah.
I hate when representation is
Goes
done wrong. Goes wrong. Like, even with simple stuff, like, has Snow White came out, the live action.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Oh.
No.
I like the singing is good though.
Singing's so good.
Yeah, like the
Let it shine. Let it grow. Let it grow. That's the lyrics.
Isn't that Elsa?
That's the lyrics.
Oh my god.
Keep that in.
Big guy.
So
Okay.
So with representation,
Mhm.
would you say like as a kid, if there was more representation or if there's just more resources out there on like the things you watch or stuff like that, you could feel better about your condition right now and you could feel like you could get the help that you want sooner or something like that?
Okay, well,
Like you wouldn't have the need to,
wait it out.
yeah, and like want the answers because you weren't getting any, right?
Yeah, I wasn't getting any, but I always had in the back of my mind, like, there is something different with me. But, okay, as a kid, I did watch things that I probably shouldn't have. Like as old, like,
Rated like
yeah, I watched TV shows that are probably meant for adults, and
whoa.
so I saw characters that were made from adults that were definitely a little weirder, and I related to, but I didn't really understand why, and all this stuff. Like Reagan from Inside Job. It's a cartoon is great. I don't know. So I did get representation, sort of, but I didn't understand it. Sort of.
What misconceptions do you think media and like representation, like bad representation?
That we crash out in every 2 seconds. Like, I do crash out.
Everyone crashes out.
Everyone crashes out, but like, we're not crazy. And I don't know. For me, I don't see enough mania representation. Like, that mania is crazy. Everyone goes through mania, but like,
Yeah.
because like one time, no one's here to watch Yellow Jackets, right?
I have seen the edits. Okay, I'll send them all to you.
Yes. Yellow Jackets. The 3rd season, episode 1 came out. I had a psychotic episode with my sister, and I was really mean. Sorry, I was really mean. And then I came home and I watched Yellow Jackets, and then I went all the way to mania, and then all the way down into a depressive episode, all in one day.
Damn.
Yeah, I told you about that. I texted you that to you.
Yeah.
It was really ouch, or really hurt.
Emotions can be both like a good thing and a bad thing. Because you can't be happy.
You can't control them, really.
Yeah. You just have. Well, you can try to suppress them. That doesn't work out well.
No.
So they can help you, right? You can always you feel happy when you do good things. You achieve something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a plus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always that, like, you're like depressed, you're upset, you're angry, you're frustrated.
Yeah.
Especially with mood swings. So I kind of like, yeah, it's really tiring. Like, yeah.
I don't really feel much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I just feel kind of neutral. Like, people say something, I don't really feel bad. Maybe feel guilty later, but at the moment, I don't really feel bad. I don't feel anything.
You like think about it later?
I think about it. Not really. I just don't really feel anything, but I feel all my depressive emotions more, but I never really feel happy. Like, I smile and then it just drops immediately. I don't feel happiness or small doses of mania ever, really. That's something I wish. I think I need to relearn how to be happy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to say. Because as a kid, I was a really weird, mature kid. Don't know why, but I'm trying to learn how to be a kid now.
I feel like I don't think you can relearn how to be happy. You just have to like let yourself. You just let yourself,
That I try.
Yeah, it's
but
hard.
I don't feel anything.
Yeah. I feel like relearning how to be happy is kind of a scary one.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, step 1, guys. This is step-by-step procedure.
Yeah.
So during like your mania episodes or your episodes in general, like how do you think that affected your relationship with your family members or your friends or stuff like that? Because you were growing up and you didn't know about like that condition, right? So how did that affect, like, what were their perspective on you?
I think they're like, oh, that makes more sense now. They're like, oh, that's why she's kind of like that. But
it kind of explained like some of the quirks.
It explains some other quirks and stuff. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. I think it made it easier for them to understand. But they don't really know how to help. They never did before. They don't really know how. Maybe it's harder for them now that they know. I don't know. But like, do you have any personal questions, or just like weird questions, or just out of pocket stuff you want to know? I can answer them.
How did you expect people to react when you like told them though?
Okay, well, this guy didn't. They went, oh, okay,
no, because
that's good. Like, you didn't care. That's okay, and that's okay.
I was like, oh, okay,
yeah. But sometimes I want a reaction. I want to know if other people care, because I care really deeply. Yeah, we talked about that.
At least for me, when you told me, I thought it was just another like label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, okay, good. It doesn't like lights JD. I'm like,
it's not
my God, bro, just like,
my God,
him like Elsa or something.
Yeah, Elsa.
And I was like, oh, so okay.
I had this kid in my class. I don't even know how we got on the topic. It's like, yeah, I'm bipolar, and he's like, huh. He was really interested in it. And I answered his questions and stuff like that. And then another time earlier in the fall, I was like, I could be bipolar. I'm being diagnosed sort of soon. And they had a lot of questions. But I think they were uncomfortable about it.
So when people are like uncomfortable, right? Like, What's your approach to that? Like, do you
Oh, I get petty. I'll be like, if I'm gonna be weird or uncomfortable because bipolar at that time, I'm gonna be freaking weird. I don't know. I take petty to a different level. I don't have any social anxiety. Social anxiety fears me.
People are like, oh, mental health is for like the weak
The
people
asylum.
who
Like,
can't
yeah, I went to.
handle
Oh,
it.
yeah, I technically went to an asylum or something. Well, I'm fine. It was the best experience of my life. I'm gonna be telling you that. I'm so honest. I don't know about other people's.
Everyone is
Everyone has a different experience. I haven't heard anyone else's experience personally, but my experience was because it's like a human reset button. No one gets that really. I got a human reset button. That was crazy.
yeah.
Well, I'm done yapping. That's what I've got as my experiences. Do not self-diagnose, please.
Especially as like teenagers.
As a teenager.
Any final words from Cindy or Monica? Yeah,
Cindy or Monica, what about you?
If you ever feel like you want, I don't know, to just check something out, go ahead and try. It's not gonna kill you. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna start that over. Reach out.
Yeah, branch out. Go
Branch out.
online.
Research.
Go to your school counselor. Maybe they'll suck.
Maybe
Probably
they'll suck.
they'll
They
suck.
kind of sucks.
But like, just try. Reach out. Go to your friends. Go to your family. I mean, don't go to your family if they like. Sometimes, family can be a little.
I don't know. Learn.
Messy, yeah.
You're probably not alone in it.
Yeah. Google's always okay. not the
Don't
best.
know. When I told Google my symptoms, they're like, you're pregnant and having cancer. You're gonna die soon.
No. Go to Google to look for resources. Don't be like, Google, am I bipolar? Girl, they're not gonna know. Okay.
Whatever it is. I don't know. I love you. I don't know if anyone have anyone
you be listening to this.
I love you. I don't know. Be yourself. Be weird. Be crazy.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to reach out because there's like a lot of stigma on like
mental health in general,
yeah.
too.
Like just telling.
I love therapy. Go to therapy. What's weird about it?
Yeah, so don't be afraid to get what you need and advocate for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're like the most important. So you're the most important. So don't be afraid about what other people's opinions are because first you got to do you.
You do you.
You do you, boo. Yeah. Be yourself. Thank you for listening to Twilight Talks.
Thank you for listening to Twilight Talks. Bye.
Bye.